will make you feel a way if you feel like a person is successful and you know deep down inside you can be too, but you're not doing the work. Now let's get into it. You need to run. That was good. If it's something that you want to pursue it. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. They can't do it like you. But then we are jealous and we're feeling a way because other people are successful. And so then that collaboration turns to competition. I can't give you your props because I'm mad. I'm feeling a way that you're successful and that I'm not. I always thought that some women that may have been in higher positions felt that they were too high up there to deal with little old me. And so I looked at them as competitors. I'm just like, I can't get on their level. I'm not meant to be in the room with them. I'm not meant to be in that space. Like, I was in that mindset, guys, for a really, really long time. I have always dimmed my light to make other people feel comfortable. It takes a real person to be honest to say that they actually have, right? It's not a front. It's not a game. It's full transparency. Now let's get into it.
Brian walked out.
Yeah, you got
I was just about to say this.
Yeah.
This
Oh hell, you need to run. That was good.
One more time. You're gonna do it right again.
I know.
Action.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kosha, and welcome to In Good Company. This is where we unpack conversations we don't always make space for. It's real life, beyond the highlight reels. Now let's get into it. So I have a special topic for you ladies and gents today. We're going to be talking about unlearning what holds you back. Now, here's the thing. I know we all in this space in our lives can say that something or someone has held us back and we've allowed it, right? But we're going to break that down. We're going to talk about it in the sense of competition versus collaboration. Now, this is really big, especially in the business world, also on personal levels, right? We talk about competition a lot. We talk about collaboration a lot, but do we actually show it? Do we live in that truth? So those are some things. So we got to put some things to the test, okay? So what I want to talk about first is when I first realized that I saw other women as competition versus collaborators. Because there was a time, listen, I had to get there, right? When I first stepped out and started doing things for myself, owning businesses, speaking engagements, there were a lot of mean girls out there, okay? And thank God, I'm just a different person now. I'm in a different space, and I have a different mindset when it comes to collaboration over competition. So when I first realized that is when I started having a lot of people talking negativity about what I was doing, right? And so it gave me this negative outlook on other women, like doing business with other women, collaborating on events, like all of the things, because I got so much negativity. I always thought that some women that may have been in higher positions felt that they were too high up there to deal with little old me, okay? And so I looked at them as competitors. I'm just like, I can't get on their level. I'm not meant to be in the room with them. I'm not meant to be in that space. Like, I was in that mindset, guys, for a really, really long time. And I really can't tell you at what point the light bulb went off. But I can say this. I have been able, over the course of my lifetime, to meet some amazing people, right? I have been able to collaborate and do some great things with some amazing people. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that everything is always everything, because even now I still experience that mean girl mentality. I still experience an understanding that I can't work with everyone. There are certain spaces that I'm just not meant to be in. And I'm okay with that, right? We have to learn not to force things. Everything's not for us, okay? So when I speak about that, it makes me think of a lot of times where I've actually dimmed my light to make other people feel comfortable, right? I've done that. And I know you're probably sitting there watching like, really? Like, why would you do that? But it takes a real person to be honest to say that they actually have, right? It's not a front. It's not a game. It's full transparency. I have always dimmed my light to make other people feel comfortable. And I don't know the reason why per se. It's just like a given. If I felt that I was in a friendship or a group where I may have been doing better than others or had a lot more going on than others, I wouldn't talk about those things a lot. I would just kind of be who I am. I didn't want to share a lot of things because, to be honest, I have been in a situation multiple times where I've shared too much and it's cost me relationships. It's cost me friendships, right? Because I was always the person who thought that they were better than someone else just because I was excited, let me say that, about where I was going in life, right? And so there was a stage where I would not talk about what I was doing. You didn't see me on social media celebrating anything. A lot of times people didn't know that I was doing something unless I really told them or I sent them a text message. And so now the stage that I'm in my life, being a therapist, being a thought leader, being a coach and a mentor, I'm no longer staying silent, right? I'm not dimming my light anymore. If a person can't handle how I shine, then that's a them problem, not a me problem. And I know that there are a lot of people out there that may have or are going through this same thing, right? And I'm here to tell you, don't do it. If you are not sure in yourself and what you have on and what you're doing, how do you expect other people to be confident in that, right? People will see that they can put you down. They can see that they can tear you down. And if you allow them, then they're going to continuously doing it. So it took a long time for me to get the courage, right? And I always, laugh about the people who say, they're just popping their ish, Why do we have to apologize for the great things that happen in our lives because somebody else is uncomfortable? Like, why are we shrinking because someone else is uncomfortable? It just doesn't make sense. So when we're looking at the change, right? If I could change what I genuinely believed, enough success, because I listen, there's enough for everybody. I don't care what field you in. You're going to have a Walmart on every corner. You're going to have a CVS right next door to each other. It doesn't matter. It's enough space for everybody to do their thing. Just because another person is in the same field as you, it doesn't mean that you can't do it, right? And I just had this conversation amongst a community of women when we were doing the executive seat in Good Company, and we talked about this same thing, collaboration over competition. In regards to how would we feel if another person was doing something that we were doing? My response then would be different to now, right? Because I don't see anyone as a threat. I used to. Well, how would they feel if I'm doing the same thing that they're doing? I want to tell you something. If you're that person and you're watching, don't shrink yourself. If it's something that you want to pursue it. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. They can't do it like you. So never let anyone tell you different. And if you don't have nobody in your corner that's going to motivate you, that's going to empower you and push you and tell you you can do it, then you need to change your environment. You need to check your connections and the people that you have around you. And that's just me being honest, right? And I'm only sharing about the things that I've learned. I'm not talking just off the top of my head. I've actually experienced this stuff. And I would feel, reprised if I just didn't share what that looks like on the other side. There are multiple people who are therapists. There are multiple people who are in the behavioral health space. There are multiple people who are coaches and mentors. But they're not me, right? They're not me. Your audience, your community is going to be that, which is yours. Okay. I was asked one time if I ever felt jealous of another woman's success. Now, a lot of times I can ask people this and they would probably not tell the truth and be like, no. Why? Because they would probably be, I don't want anybody to judge me, jealous. Like when you tell somebody they jealous of something, some people get offended. Like that's not a word that you would use. But it takes a real one to be real. And let me tell you, the growth in us is when we're able to be real with ourselves. So when I was faced with that question, I was like, yeah. Like even from a little girl, like growing up, I've been jealous of people before. But even with looking at that, I want to be able to break it down of not more so being jealous of the person, and the person is always attached to the thing. But it will make you feel a way if you feel like a person is successful and deep down inside you can be too, but you're not doing the work. Why can't you have the same success that another person has? Because you're not working toward it. But then we are jealous and we're feeling a way because other people are successful. And so then that collaboration turns to competition. I can't give you your props because I'm mad. I'm feeling a way that you're successful and that I'm not. Right? And so I had to really do some self-work. And I'm a firm believer in self-work because we're not perfect. Nobody is. I'm not perfect. But I'm able to look and take accountability for the things that I feel are hurtful and harmful to my well-being. So when I answered that question, it sat with me. Like, man, like, why would I be jealous of someone else when I have the same 24 hours in a day that they have? And I can do anything that I would want to do. But there may be situations in our lives. I know for me, I've wanted to do a lot of things and life has prohibited me from doing those things, right? You ever feel like you set a goal for like a year? Oh, by the end of this year, I want to be able to write this book, right? Oh, by the end of this year, I want to be able to launch that podcast. And then that year passes. You're a year and a half in, almost 2 years, and you look back and say, man, I had that dream, I had that goal of doing that, but I didn't do it. But that was a person during that same time that had the same dreams and goals, and they succeeded. That's not the other person's problem. That's a you problem. We got to look at self. I tell people, and we talk about it all day, that mirror work. You got to look in that mirror, right? Look in that mirror, and you have to break yourself down. You have to be honest with yourself, and you have to say, what is it that I need to be doing to get to where I need to be? What is it that they have? And here's the thing. We can sit back. What's so wrong with you reaching out to that person to say, hey, I love what you're doing. I respect what you're doing. I want to do these things and I'm struggling. How can you help me? But that's too much like right? Because first off, we don't want people to know we're struggling. Our pride gets in the way. You have to be coachable. We have to be coachable. You never know how another person can help you with your business goals and your ventures. You can have all the great ideas in the world, but you don't have a good handle on execution. You don't know how to set goals. You don't know how to be strategic. You don't know how to market. Like all of these things are important. And so those are the things that will make you realize why you're not successful. It's not the other person. That other person is just tied to it. But you're jealous. I was jealous because I was not putting in the work. And they beat me to it. They did it before I did. And I felt away. I was jealous. Because I'm like, man, I wanted to do that. But I can say now, because I'm grown, right? And I don't have it all together and I'm still a work in progress. There's some things that I still battle with, right? Some people feel like just because you're a therapist, okay, you don't have any flaws. I help people. I coach people. I have flaws. And I have a lot of things that I still have to work on within myself. But the one thing right now in my space in life is I support women. It don't matter what they're doing. They can be doing the same. You need me to help you? I coach other people to open the same businesses that I do. Because I can't do the work on my own. I can't do it all. I'm not jealous because they did it. How can I help you? I'm cheering them on. You have no idea how good it feels to be cheered on by another woman that has no ill will, no intentions, just genuine love and want to see you win. That's what it's all about. Okay? I tend to used to be in a space where I used to hold on to things that kept me really small. And when I talk about those things, I'm talking about people. I was holding on to people who kept me small. They did not believe in me. They did not believe in my vision. Everything I told them what I wanted to do, they shut it down. And I listened like a fool. I listened. And so they kept me from growing. They kept me small because they felt small. And I say that to say, guys, sometimes we have to let go of those things that are keeping us small. And sometimes we're looking at those things and we're saying, like, this ain't just no regular person. This is my family. This is my spouse. This is my partner. And you're thinking, like, how am I going to let go of this? And now you're stuck with making a decision. It's either you or them. I was there. I was in a marriage at one point to where I was kept small. They beat my self-esteem down. I wasn't beautiful. I wasn't meant to do nothing. I wasn't a good mom. All these things. And you know what? I was told that over and over again to where I actually believed it. Someone looked at me. I talked to someone and they said, man, I see your growth. I see your elevation. When I got out of that situation, my life elevated because I had to detach from that cancer. You're going to have to detach from some things in your life. You're going to have to do that. That's keeping you bound. That's keeping you held back. Someone told me, like, man, that person was really holding you back. And I'm like, yeah, I felt so free. And I had to go on this journey to identifying who I was as a person because I allowed someone to talk down on me and to make me feel like I was not worthy and that I couldn't have it all, that I couldn't own a business, that I couldn't even graduate school to become a therapist. Now I have people attaching themselves to my success, right? They're a part of that. They're the reason for it. So we have to look at those things, letting go of what's keeping you small. So now what it is that I do, how I show up for other women when they win, support. Support is something so small, right? It doesn't mean that you have to show up to every event that a person has. It's sharing a post. It's sending a text message and say, hey, sis, I see you. It's financially pouring into their visions and their missions. It's showing up to an event. It's rolling your sleeves up sometime and saying, hey, how can I help you? Like getting your knees dirty, you got to get in there and do it. That's how you support. That's how I support other women. I know so many women that are doing amazing things out here. And I'm going to support them in some type of way. And it's not because I want them to support me, because you have to understand this key thing. Just because you support someone does not mean that they are obligated to support you in return. If you're doing it, do it for you. Because I was there once before too. Y'all ever see people on social media? I'm going to support who support me. I ain't going to lie to you. I feel that way now. I'm going to support the people that support me. Because I do believe that support can and is a two-way street. It's all about what that person wants. Right? I'm a giver at heart. And some people tell me that it's a gift and a curse, and I get it. But what I won't do is allow people to harden my heart and make me out to be someone that I'm not. You have to be careful with that, guys. It's easy to fall into that trap. I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm going to keep my heart pure, and I'm going to do the things that I want to do with no expectations. Right? And that's what it looks like. We have to learn how to support and get rid of those old habits, those things that's just been holding us back. Because what we don't realize, our actions can hold us back. Our mindset can hold us back. God can't bless the mess. Is your heart pure? If you're in need of support from the people that are around you, tell them. They can't assume anything, right? Sometimes we have to tell people what we need from them. And if support is important to you, you need to let them know. If someone can't support you, we talk about it all the time, and that's giving grace. Life happens to everyone. People have things going on, and sometimes they just can't. But that doesn't mean that in their heart they don't want to. So I want you to practice. I want you to get into the mind state of saying that today moving forward, I want to unlearn everything that has been holding me back. And going forward, I'm going to go after everything that God has for me. But in order for you to do that, you got to check yourself at the door. You got to check yourself because we're flawed, right? It's something that sometimes, let me be honest with you. Let me be totally clear. We hold ourselves back a lot of times. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else, but we're going to put it on somebody else because we don't want to accept the responsibility. If you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect other people to do the same? Leading by example. So when you're in the midst of unlearning those negative habits, frowning up at people because they're winning in life, feeling salty because they've done something before you, you need to check yourself at the door. Because you will not get anywhere with that type of mentality. You just won't. So I want to leave you with this. If you're a person that's struggling in that area, and I know you're out there, because I struggled in it, you may or may not be ready to be honest and truthful with yourself to say that you are. It's time for a self-evaluation. You want to grow. You see great things for your life. It starts within. It starts with you. And you have to do the work. Thank you for tuning in to In Good Company. Signing out.